YouTube, what's going on? This preacher. So, all right, since y'all want to talk numbers, let's talk numbers. I know I be saying all the time, I don't be worried about the numbers and stuff like that. That's because I do budgets, okay? Now, I'm seeing all these truckers that saying that they're going to stay home because of the fuel prices getting all high. It's not worth it. You hear all this kind of crazy stuff. They shutting down because of high fuel prices. So what you trying to tell me is all y'all gurus out there and always trying to tell people what to do and how to negotiate. What you trying to tell me is you shutting down off of 30 cents. 30 cents is causing you to shut your doors. 30 cents is causing you to get out of the trucking industry because you cannot negotiate another 30 cents per mile. That's what you're trying to tell me. All right, I'm going to talk about myself because I don't want nobody, because you know how people be getting inside their feelings and stuff like that. People can't take constructive criticism. So I'm going to talk about myself, right? Okay, so this is crazy. So it cost me $1.24 to run my truck per mile. That's for me to pay myself $1,200 a week for my household expenses and bills. It cost me $1.24 for me to live off of and pay all my household bills. That's what it costs. That's how much it costs. Me to live off of, pay all my household bills. I don't have no truck payment, so I don't have to worry about no truck payment. So as long as I get $1.24, I can pay all my bills. Okay, my deductions is nothing but $170. Well, with my trailer, it goes up to $412 a week. That's all my deductions is. So after that, we just talking about fuel, okay? So by the time we add all that up in there, $1.24 it costs me to run this truck and pay all my bills. And that's including the fuel when the fuel was at $3.50. Now that the fuel is like $5.50, it costs me $1.44 to run my truck. That is how much it costs me to run this truck with the extra 30 cents added on into that. Okay? Because I have slowed down. It's extra 30 cents, but also slowed down to make up for it. So I'm not doing no 70 miles, 69, 68. I'm like 62, 63. Okay, so now it costs me, with fuel prices at $5.50, it costs me $1.44 to do my truck. Now, we do not pay the price at the pump. You hear people saying all this, oh, fuel is this. They're not telling you with their fuel discounts and the fuel surcharge and all that. They're not telling you about that. They're just telling you the pump price is showing you on the marquee, oh, fuel is this. Okay? So, but I don't add that in. I add it at the price, at the pump. That way, I got a lot more buffer. Now, with the company I have, our fuel discounts is anywhere from 47 cents to 53 cents off the price of fuel. That's not including the fuel surcharge that we also get. That's just including the discount. But all my stuff is based off of the marquee price. I do that so I have money extra left over. So you mean to tell me, okay, y'all want to talk numbers. So as long as I get me a load that pays me more than $1.44 a mile, everything else is profit. Everything else is profit. After $1.44. So you mean to tell me that you cannot negotiate another 30 cents from these brokers? Okay, so then what do? Right? I go to my brokers that I use and the shipper that I use and say, hey, I need some more money to levy the price of fuel that I was getting. Because of the increase off my fuel, I was spending an extra $840. I'm looking at my notes and my numbers, okay? $840 extra I was spending a week at the fuel prices at $5.54. When I went back to my brokers and got more money from the brokers and shippers, I was able to get $600. I was able to get. Depending on which load I get, it can go up to $640. But I was able to get $600 more than what I was already getting. So, if you want to do that, that's $240 now that I am actually missing off the pump price of $5.50. Now, like I say, that's not including the fuel discounts and that's not including the fuel surcharge. So by the time you add that into that negative $200 to $240, I am not missing no money. I'm actually gaining money since this fuel hike. So you mean to tell me you can't go to your brokers, your shippers, and get another 30 cents per mile? Okay, I average $7,600 throughout my contracts. That's what I get per week, $7,600. And I'm home 5 nights a week, Saturday or Sunday off, because I've been working on either one of those particular days, okay? But $7,600 a week is what I make, guaranteed, all right? That puts me at $2.71 a mile average that I average per week. $2.71. Now, off of that $2.71, with the added increase, my profit is about $1.46, $1.47 after all my bills and everything is paid. That's including maintenance. After all that is paid, I'm profiting $1.46 a mile. So that means fuel can go up some more and I still would be at a profit. So how in the world is these people getting out of the business, sitting their truck until fuel go off, if you're making all kinds of money? You're trucking and banking. If you doing all this stuff, all these mottos and everything that people that came up with that everybody's saying, I ain't throwing shade at nobody. What I am throwing shade is you got to know how to run your business. I told y'all this before. Listen, everybody who's getting in this trucking industry never ran businesses before, never managed nothing before. All of a sudden, you ready to run a business. It's harder than most people think. You just can't jump out here and think you're going to be able to manage everything and do everything off of YouTube University and all this other particular stuff. All right? I ran restaurants for years. That's what I did. And I was really, really, really good at it until I got hurt and I had to retire from it. So, you getting out of business for 30 cents. You can't manage an extra 30 cents. I find that hard to believe. Don't quit at the first sign of trouble. All right? Is it going to be hard for some people? Yes. It will be. But you know what? You still got to do the things you have to do. Okay? Sorry, I got a phone call. But you still got to do these kind of things. I got $1.47 left. That fuel can eat up some more. And I'm still going to be all right. Why? Because I manage my business. I don't take all my money and that's the money that I'm putting inside my pocket. No, I pay myself. I'm an S corp. When I filed my taxes this year, and thank God my business don't owe no money. I was like, whoo! Thank you, Jesus, I don't owe no money. Now I'm just waiting on them to finish up my personal taxes right now. But my business don't owe no money. It's good. All right? So, but besides that, you have to be able to run a business. Part of business is expecting increases. That's what part of business is. You have to expect increases. You can't get out here and do this. Yes, rates going to go down. You know why rates going to go down? Because when rates were skyrocketing, guess what everybody did? Everybody went out and got them a truck. So now the truck market is hot, and they raising up prices because people want trucks, but you're flooding the market with trucks. So guess what happens? Rates go down. This is a cycle. It's always been like this in trucking. Old heads tell you this stuff and you don't want to listen. You want to hear what you want to hear. And that's be the other thing. You're getting out here, you want to hear what you want to hear. Okay, well, you should be listening to people who's giving you some good information that you can take and then do some research on that good information. Okay, 30 cents, you getting out of the business for 30 cents. I don't understand that whatsoever. How you getting out of business for 30 cents? Everybody telling you how much the fuel thing is, right? But everybody is not saying, well, my operating cost is this per mile. Because now what happens is when they start showing you these numbers and sharing these numbers with you, now you're going to ask them, well, how you getting out of business if you just going up an extra 20 cents per mile? You can't get that extra 20 cents per mile from the broker? Especially brokers that you've been dealing with. They tell you to establish a relationship with brokers, right? That's what they're telling you to do all the time. Well, if you got a relationship with them, you should be able to talk to them and get that extra money. It's not that hard to be like, listen, the cost of increases is this. I'm losing about 24 cents, or I'm losing this. I need to do this. It's plenty of money. They got plenty of money to buy all the stuff for their trucks, right? Plenty of money to go on all these vacations and share it on YouTube, right? They got plenty of money to get all these cars and these shoes. You working inside your truck, pumping gas. I'm looking at this dude got a pair of Jordans on that's like $170. Stepping in fuel and everything. You got that kind of money, but you're crying about an extra 20 cents. That's what's killing me now. That's what's killing me. All right? You got to look at this. You just talking about an extra 30 cents when you break it all down. They tell you all these big numbers, but break it down. Cents per mile. What is your operating cost cents per mile? How much do you absolutely need to pay all your bills and put a little bit of money back? What is that cent per mile? So why are you complaining about it? Like I say, I have a paid off truck, so I'm a little bit lucky, and that's why my operating costs can be down some. But even if I did, it only will be up just a little bit. I'm profiting $1.46 a mile. Profit. That's after everything's said and done. So what do you do with that extra money? I'm not finna shop. I'm not finna do all this stuff. No, you put stuff back. What happens, you shut down your truck because you got some money saved up. Well, you using the money that you have saved up. And how long you gonna sit? You still got bills coming out. So all that money you got saved up, you dishing out. Now by the time you do get back out there, say if it was 2 months, now you get back out there, you then ran through $5,000-$6,000. Now you get back out there, and now something happened to you on the road. Now you got to get a tow. Now you got to take it to a shop that you don't know. But now the money you have saved up that was going to be able to carry you while your truck is in the shop, you just spent some of it because you were shutting down. When people tell me that they shut down, they let me know you don't know how to run a business. But they got all this stuff for you. But you look at videos, they buying $1,000 seats. They doing all this stuff to their truck. Soon as something get hot, I got to shut down. I finna do this. No, that's part of business. Every load is not going to be a knockout load. They talking about cheap freight. Listen, sometimes you have to take a cheap freight to get you to another load that's going to pay you some money. But the average miles from those two loads can get you to a nice average. Yeah, you took this. You know what cheap freight is? Cheap freight is running a load less than the amount that you need per mile to survive. That's cheap freight. Why? Because you're taking freight cheaper than what you need to even survive and pay all your bills. That's cheap freight. They say cheap freight. Well, what is cheap freight? Cheap freight to you may not be cheap freight to me. You may have state income tax. I stay in Florida. We don't have no state income tax. So I don't have that to worry about. So your cheap freight may not be my cheap freight. Like I said, I average $2.71. And I only need $1.46. That's it. But you tell somebody they took a load for $2.71. Oh, that's cheap. They ain't no money. $2.71 a mile over there. They ain't no money. Yeah, but that's plenty of money for me. It may not be for you, but that's plenty of money for me. Okay, because at the end of the day, I'm making money. At the end of the day. All right, my business made $70,000 last year. So I'm not mad about nothing. Okay, I did $239,000 in gross revenue and made $70,000 when all my expenses and everything was said and done. All right, that's a good percentage. That's a real good percentage when you look at things. So you can't just look at all this particular stuff, man. You really can't.
I'm gonna pull out door 17. Go to 17.
All right. All right, it's time for me to go. Talk to y'all later.